Well, changing course is a choice issue between today and tomorrow. And what we have proposed is that we shall change course in terms of a development strategy. We shall really try to expand the economy. We shall try to do so by bringing resources that have not been fully used in the 5 zones that I identified to expand the economic base. And in that sense, we are changing course of development strategy. In terms of the day-to-day matters, though, that we have to face, I did recognize that there is a need to deal with a wage negotiation issue. And we are hoping to expedite that as far as possible over the next few months. And with respect to the special duty allowance for the police, it was based on the principle that in fighting crime, people have been not recognizing that our police officers have put their life and limb at stake in the interest of safety. And that while we recognize that there are others in the protective services who have done the same, in the prison services, in the army and so forth, we could not, in the first step, deal with them all. And therefore, we decided that let us focus on getting a highly motivated police service in place so that they could supplement the other measures that we have spoken about.
But should not changing course mean that when you add up the total claims or the total entitlements on the wages fund in the Treasury, that is not a sustainable process? Because this is what has gotten us into trouble in the 1980s, coming into your time in 1986, and we're back in the same situation where people are making demands and entitlements that are unrelated to international competitiveness or productivity or sustainability.
Well, you're right. We have to deal with the problems of today while we try to plan for the vision of tomorrow. And we will have those problems to face up to. And I'm hoping that we can overcome these hurdles in the next few months.
Gentlemen, we're going to come to you with your closing comments in just a minute. We're nearly at the end of our program. Just one very brief pointed question, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Sylvan Cadera from the Association of Cooperative Credit Union Presidents of Trinidad and Tobago. So this is an association of cooperative presidents. A very quick Association of the Cooperative Credit Unions of Trinidad and Tobago. Mine is a very brief question regarding CLICO. We have a lot of members, funds who are invested in CLICO, short-term and in the insurance fund. Now, the solution that has been suggested by you, Mr. Minister, 20 years amortized, definitely is an immediate write-off of the value. The value will be reduced. Not write-off in complete, but will be reduced. And the funds that were invested were funds from small savers that were pulled together and invested. So my request to you, I don't know if it has been considered, that perhaps another solution to it, understand some of the assets of CLICO will be divested. And probably that includes Republic Bank shares. What about the option of offering those who want to instead get the shares instead of the amortized 20-year IOUs? Thank you.
Thank you very much. A quick response, Minister, as we close the program.
Well, the IOUs that we have proposed will be backed by the sovereign rights of the country and will therefore be traded for any purposes intended, whether it is to secure the cash to buy shares or whether it is to cash in the bond for cash at a discount, which will be determined by the market. So those possibilities exist. What we are doing is honoring the commitment to give the short-term investors the opportunity to secure part of the funds that they have invested. They can do what they wish with it thereafter.
And a number of short-term, small investors, would be caught within the $75,000 net.
It will not be true for the credit unions who have pooled in funds.
They are not small.
They invest funds as a pool for all the members, as opposed to individuals within the credit union bringing in the funds to CLICO.
Thank you very much. A member of our audience making a point there about this particular situation of credit unions as investors in CLICO. To the Minister of Finance, can we have a minute from you on your closing comments? Likewise, Minister Barrett, and perhaps Dr. Joub might be able to get in a final comment as well. We're about to close our program, so over to the Minister of Finance.
Well, I'm very, very pleased to see the commitment on the part of our nation to change course. And I hope that this budget will be seen as a courageous effort to move in that direction and as a bold step as we move forward. If we did not attempt to do that, we will stay where we are and perhaps reverse and move back. This budget is about moving forward, having courage, having faith, and having the sense of patriotism that this country needs today.
Briefly, Dr. Jobe, your reading on the budget.
I hope the Minister of Finance will succeed in doing what I didn't do and tried to do when I was in the Ministry of Finance, which is to set up a unit in the Ministry of Finance to engage the public in understanding, education, and all the processes that the Minister of Finance are responsible for. In the matter of changing course, we should have a dialogue with the public as to what we mean by that, so that they can support the procedures and the implementation of the projects that you are about. That is what I would like to see happen.
Minister Barrett.
I think we have a real and golden opportunity to diversify our economy at last, to create sustainable employment for our people, long-term sustainable employment, to secure our people's future with regard to food security, to reduce our import bill. And I believe that the methodology that we've engaged upon, which is very consultative, partnering with regard to trying to get to those results, has and will continue to work. It hasn't just been at the primary level of farmers, it's been throughout the value chain with the chambers of commerce, with sellers of produce, and so on. So I believe that we've embarked on the right road, and we now have the right political will to be able to conclude that, and I believe that we have the support of the people of Trinidad and Tobago to ensure that that happens.
Thank you very much, Minister Vasant Bharat, our Minister of Finance. Thank you. And guest questioner, Dr. Morgan Jobe, to our audience here. Thank you very much for joining us and participating this evening. And to members of the public, thank you too for your inputs. Let's go to Samson now for the final wrap-up. Sam.
Yes, Fran, that's how we have to wrap up tonight. Of course, we'll be going live again from the Parliament next week, Tuesday at 10 o'clock.